Hello everyone, today I will be showing you guys how to install Drupal in Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. As you can see, I have an Ubuntu desktop version running on a VirtualBox. This is just for testing purposes. Okay, let me just go ahead and switch from this to scale mode, and I'll go ahead and do this. So let's just go ahead and dive into this directly, and let's just go ahead and start from scratch. Okay, so what we're gonna need first of all, in order for us to install Drupal, is we're gonna need like a lamp stock. Okay, we're gonna install Apache, Mariadb along with PHP. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and do sudo apt update. This is just to update the environment. Okay, there we go, and then I'm gonna go do an upgrade. And the trailing Y is just for anything that pops up, it says yes and it continues. So let me just go ahead and do this. I've run a couple of commands while I was testing, so nothing really needs to be upgraded at the moment, but your one probably differs depending on your configuration, applications, and stuff like that. So let me just go ahead and move to the next step, which would be installing the lamp stock. As mentioned, we're going to install uh, Apache, Mariadb, along with PHP. So let's just go ahead and type the command, which is sudo apt install. We're going to say Apache 2 Mariadb client, server, and then it's the Mariadb client. This allows us to get connected to Mariadb, and then we go with PHP, and right now we'll be adding PHP dependencies and core dependencies that are needed in order for us to properly install Drupal. So let me go ahead and type these right here, which is PHP CLI, PHP FPM, PHP JSON, PHP common, PHP MySQL, PHP zip, PHP GD. We go to PHP. Okay, just a moment. Let me quickly verify this right here. This is on my second screen. Okay, so PHP GDP. So it's gonna be PHP INTL, PHP XML, PHP curl, PHP MB string, unzip, curl, and the trailing -y for any prompts that may pop up. Okay, let's just go ahead and run this. This is gonna install the lamp stock that is needed for us to be able to run the rest of the commands. Apache, Mariadb, and PHP is being installed at the moment. I don't think it should take that very long. It all depends on the internet connection. Okay, just want to inform you guys that this method actually doesn't use the Drupal web interface. So let's just go ahead and wait for this to get done, and I'll go ahead and continue with the other steps. This method is pretty easy, straightforward, and I hope this helps everyone out there that needs to get Drupal set up. There are other methods, but I'm just gonna be showing you this one. I do plan on making another video regarding Drupal installation, but it all depends. I'm just gonna see what method I can, because I do believe there are like 2 or 3 other methods. But let's just go ahead and finish off with this one. It's taking a little long to load. Okay, there we go. It's all complete. So let me just go ahead and do a clear. So we've installed that. Now we're gonna be installing Composer globally. Let me just go ahead and run these commands, which is curl -ss https and get composer from .org installer pipe php. Okay, so you can see it's downloading, it's installed. Let me just go ahead and move the file .phar. We're gonna move it to user local /bin/composer for it to be global. Okay, so we're done with installing Composer. Now we're gonna go ahead and create our database. Okay, let me just clear this and I'll go ahead and do sudo mysql -u root for us to log into. Okay, just a moment. I do believe it's my typo. Okay, so we're logged in, and now we can start creating the database. So I'll go ahead and do this, create the database. I'm gonna name it new site. This is gonna be the new site database. Okay, so we go ahead and create a user, which is gonna be named Drupal_user, and it's gonna be located at localhost and identified by the password 2026 right here. Okay, so now we're gonna grant all privileges on the new database, which is new site. We're gonna, for all tables, grant privileges to Drupal user, which is localhost. We're gonna do this, so we're good. We're gonna go ahead and flush privileges. Okay, there we go. And now we're gonna exit Mariadb. Okay, so we're done with creating the database. The next step will be to download and install Drupal and Drush. So let me go ahead and clear. Okay, so this is how we'll go ahead and run Drush, the installation for Drupal. I'm sorry. So let's go ahead and say sudo vendor/bin/drush for us to find the executable. We're gonna run the command install, which is gonna install the Drupal site with a standard profile. This backslash is for continuation of the same command. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do this because we're gonna be connecting the database. So equals MySQL. We're gonna go, this is the user we just created a few, the password we used, at local host, and this is gonna be in the new site database. Okay, now we're gonna be adding the account information for user number one, which is also called the super user for Drupal. Okay, so we're gonna add this. We're not gonna be using the browser interface, so we're gonna go do this right here. Account name, which is account pass, which is for the password. I'm gonna add pass 2026 admin. This is just for testing. Okay, let's go ahead here and we're gonna go account mail, and right here you can add a working email if you're doing development whereby you would need to reset a password or something like that. It all depends. This is just for testing purposes that I'm putting this email. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do this and add a site name. Okay, this is, you can set this name to whatever you want. In this case, I'm just gonna put my Drupal site, followed by the trailing Y. This is for any prompts or anything. It's just gonna say yes, and it's just gonna continue. Okay, so let's just go ahead and run this command. Okay, I'm getting an error, but this simply means I'm getting an error because I do believe I need to go to the actual location where the new project lives. So let's just go ahead and do cd var www.html html student s, and this is where the project is gonna live, and we can go ahead and do the command that I just entered, which would be sudo drush install. All of this, it looks different because it doesn't have the backslashes. Okay, it's the same thing that I put up there. So let me just go ahead and run this. Okay, something is wrong. Okay, my apologies. I think that I kind of like jumped a couple of details right here. Okay, my apologies. Let me just go ahead right here and let me run these commands. Seems that I'm getting some errors right there. Let me just go ahead and do this. Okay, I'm just gonna clear here, and we needed to travel right there. So now I need to do the actual download. Okay, I missed this step, so let's just go back from where you finished creating the database. Okay, you just click on exit from Mariadb. So now you do a cd var www html. We go right there and we continue. Okay, so we go to sudo composer create the project, which would be Drupal recommended dash project, and I will name it new site. So this just gives us a prompt that you shouldn't run Composer as a root user, but this is just for testing purposes. I'm not sure. There probably is another way for everyone to run this command. So I'll just go ahead and click yes. It's gonna install Drupal. As you can see, it's already downloading. It's gonna be installed in a few, and once it's downloaded, it's just gonna give you congratulations, you've installed the Drupal codebase. From right there, we can go ahead and go to the new folder that was created, which is for the project website, which is the new site, and we can run sudo composer require drush. So these were the two commands that we were missing. So let's just do this. Just click on yes. So this is actually doing the actual installation of the project, and using Josh also. So I have finished creating the project itself in the folder, in the directory. So what I will do now is that I will call on Josh, and we're gonna enter the details just as before. Let me go ahead and these. Okay, so this is the actual code that I ran earlier, which is sudo vendor bin Josh the site install standard. We're gonna be connecting it to the MySQL, which is the database, the Drupal user we entered for the database, the password, and the new site, which is named the database is named new site. Okay, we're gonna add the account name admin, account pass, and account email. We gotta remember this because we're gonna use it when we try to log into the site. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this here. It's doing the installation, so let's just go ahead and wait for a little while. Okay, so it's completed. Once it's completed, we can move to the other step. Okay, so the other step would be for us to actually configure web permission. So we're gonna add these commands. Just open that up. Do sudo chown r www data, which is the user that we're adding permission. So we're gonna go var www html, and we're gonna go new site. We're giving them permission for them to be able to write, create files and such. So we're gonna go to sudo chmod -r 755. We're gonna go var www html, and this is gonna go to new site also. Okay, so we're done with giving the permissions. Let me just go ahead and clear this. Permissions are set. So now what we need to do is that we need to point the Apache to the public directory. Okay, and that would be the web directory that was generated for the new site. Let me just go ahead and quickly create a new file. It's gonna be sudo nano etc apache 2 /sites -available /new site.conf, which is for our new site configuration. Okay. New site conf. Okay, so as you see, since I was testing, this file has already been created, but this is the actual code that you need. Okay, we need to ensure that everything is the same. What you need to ensure is that this directory goes exactly to where your new project was created. And mine is it is new site, which we created when I called on Drush to install the site, and there is a web folder. So both here, both these spaces, you need to ensure they are pointing to web. One of them takes the trailing slash, don't forget. So just go ahead and save the file, and let's continue to the other step. The other step would be for us just to enable the rewrite model and enable this new site configuration. Okay, we're going to disable the default one that Drupal has. So let's just go ahead and do this. We're going to go sudo a2 enable module rewrite. Right, so we're doing that. We're going to go the second to enable site, which is new site. We created new site.conf, so we're enabling the site. Now we will disable site, which is 000.default.conf. Okay, so we've disabled it. So now we're gonna go sudo systemctl restart apache 2. Okay, we've restarted everything. I will do a clean in a few. So let me just go ahead and at this point we can go ahead and view the website. It's actually installed directly. We don't need to do anything since we use Drush and Composer. um, the website will be able to install on its own updates and pull actual modules and themes. Okay, so let's just go ahead and log in to the new site. So as you can see, this is the new site. I went to localhost, and this is where the new site is actually installed. Okay, new Drupal site has been installed. Congratulations and welcome. As you can see, there isn't any interface where it asks you for the database or user information or required dependencies. This is because we use Josh in order for it to update all of that in the backend. So right here we're gonna click on login, and we're gonna enter the information we added right there during the just installation command. So this was pass 2026 admin, and as you can see, okay, just a moment, there you go. A small little typo for the password, but as you can see, we have installed the Drupal website. Okay, all right, there you go guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that this helps everyone, and I hope to see everyone enjoying this. We'll come back with more videos in the near future regarding Ubuntu, Drupal, and other configurations. Thank you very much and have a great time, guys.